Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Rebooked. As you can see, we've been abandoned. We've been left. We've been shuttered aside by the big golden apple. He is not here. He is off again, gallivanting with who knows who, doing who knows what. In what alleyway in that city? What's that?
Went out to buy cigarettes and hasn't come back.
Oh, pretty typical. But you still have the two, in my opinion, best parts of this show.
I agree.
Myself, you have me, the drama king, Matthew Raywalt, and of course, Jake, the brain, the body, the mind, the soul, Bennett. Of course, this is, and I of course have to hit you with it. This is the show. Oh my God. If I get too aroused, we will not be able to do this show. I'm just saying, this desk only has so much lift in it. I have to contractually say, this is the show where we talk about the men and the women and their slapping meat and the stories they tell in the process. And there was a lot of those going on this week. But before we get into that, Jake, the classic, how are you doing this week?
Oh man, I'm doing just fine. Doing just fine. There's nothing really going on right now. Just been taking it easy. How about yourself?
Same. Just got off of we did a live TNA live Impact. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And then taped some more episodes in Atlanta, which was pretty cool. It was a little bit of a chaotic weekend, but like we got through it. It was a really cool building we were in and all that stuff, better than the old center stage. As much as I love the historical center stage in Atlanta, logistically, that building is a nightmare. It's like the bingo hall in Philly, the ECW arena. Cool history, but like even renovated, a little bit of a dump.
Yeah. I can imagine so.
It's not that. It's fun for certain events, but yeah, it's not amazing.
You're like the paint that you put on the wall isn't covering up or closing the crack that's in it.
Yeah, stuff kind of like that.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
No. But so new venue and everything in Atlanta. It was a lot of fun. And then as I was just telling you guys before we went on air, I started my taxes and I have to do them on my own this year. So that's fun. But this week,
use code Drama King on. No, I'm just joking.
I don't think I have it. I used to have one or two things that I shilled for, but I don't have anything to shill other than like, comment, subscribe, and of course, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that bell, and if you can, turn all notifications on so you know every time a lot of channels, it's not going through, even if you're subscribed. So remember, click, smash, like, follow, all of it. It helps more than you think, so we appreciate that. But without GB here, I'm going to insert a new segment that I just randomly called as I was trying to think of ideas for the show last night, the WTF wall. And these will be those little things that are maybe not big character arcs or story progression like we're going to cover in our main discussion, but are silly, fun things that are still in the wrestling world, but we kind of just rapid fire go through some of the wild and fun events. And Jake, I don't think I can talk about this week and fun things without talking about Danhausen.
You can't spell Danhausen without WTF.
I mean, that is absolutely proven grammatically to be correct. And after a somewhat awkward, we talked about it last week, the Elimination Chamber, which is, it's funny because like you look at him and as you know, Danhausen, the debut really wasn't bad because it was funny. It was weird like him. The silly little bad pyro was him. The fact that it felt awkward was kind of him. Right. But I just thought it was strange to introduce potentially someone brand new to people who had never seen him. But that said,
to introduce him poorly on purpose.
Yeah, maybe that was. And again, it's kind of like remember our discussion about the Cena main event last year at Mania. Like, was it kind of bad on purpose? That feels really, even for WWE, that feels like a stretch, but maybe he did it,
For
but
Danhausen, it doesn't though. It feels
no,
on
right?
brand. It feels very on brand.
It's almost like, if this makes sense, his promos and backstages this week, now that he's really started to, I mean, he immediately rose above that, whatever, especially at least the
Yeah.
chatter that was going on.
Yes. And he's immediately over.
Yeah.
It took 2 days, and now everyone's finishing his catchphrase with him.
Yeah.
I mean, it took no
days,
time. He's getting
2 backstages.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That have both had big impacts on the Intercontinental title picture.
Yeah. Literally,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, they're already using him perfectly.
Yeah, and
They're
this
already
is
using him
kind of,
perfectly. And pairing him up with Miz
oh,
is gonna be great. Yeah.
fantastic. Miz is the perfect straight man to his stuff. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. Mizhausen, as our director Scan was saying, yeah, 100%. It's easy. I love this idea that also, like, he's this totally, like, strange counterculture-y kind of character, a little bit like a cult following, right, on the independent scene and stuff like
Sure.
this. Very, I'm not going to say anti-establishment, because that's not the right word, but yeah, counterculture, underground, and yet he's like a demon face-painted character, but he's the biggest capitalist shill ever. It's all about making, he can talk about, like, buy my stuff so I get lots of money, and it endears him to people.
Yes, it does. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, they also
Oh,
posted some videos of him on social media this week where he's just selling t-shirts like
yeah,
at the stands. He's like, you want a John Cena shirt? Too bad. Danhausen. And then just
yeah.
just throwing shirts
Just
at everybody.
wants to be on the trucks, and you know, he wants to win matches so he could get his face on the trucks.
And a WWE
Logic.
Hall of Fame induction right off the
Yes.
bat. Yeah.
That's what, honestly,
I respect
not
his pluck.
unwarranted. Yeah.
Yeah.
The moxie, if you will. But yeah, no, this is what we said, kind of, we're like, you need to see him interact with people, because that's where he's gold.
Oh yeah.
And also, did you notice? So yeah, this week on Raw, he came out and he just did a commercial, basically, in the ring for his T-shirt.
Yes.
He just did a commercial, and then blah, 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 buy the Danhausen shirt. Here, you did it. The rest of you go to WWE shop, and then lights down, lights up, and he's still running to the back, which, God help me, hopefully that was on purpose. If it wasn't, it's great, but
either way, it was so perfect. It was just absolutely perfect.
I want more stuff like that. Like, I want to see him going back under the ring for, like, when the light, something like that.
Yes.
I want to see no camera tricks, like all the work you do to help other people do.
Or he's wearing a black hoodie but like no mask, and you're like, that's clearly Danhausen getting under the ring right now. He's just left his face, like it's clearly it. He's under the ring, guys. Like that would be
instead of, or because a lot of the time those guys will come out like during break with like stage hands and stuff. Oh, we look at that's how you sneak into the ring.
Danhausen needs a secret lair hidden under the ring.
Ooh, they haven't used,
you know what I mean?
The
like
world under the ring since like Hornswoggle.
Yes. So I think he needs to have a secret evil lair hidden under the ring, and he just goes in and out of it as he plays throughout the show.
Yeah.
And, you know, he goes in, let me show you my secret lair, and he goes in with a camera, and then it will switch to whatever this massive underground facility is that he has built. I think would be so much fun. Yeah. I want to see something like that.
No doubt about it. But yeah, all in all, I mean, fantastic follow-up, and this is exactly what they needed to do with him. We're all very much lingering on what they're going to do next. But speaking of Monday Night Raw and all that stuff, really quick, I have to get your reaction on, I don't even know what to call it, Seth Rollins' musical hoodies or whatever he played at the beginning, to have that, where Did you see what?
I did see it.
What?
I did see it.
Why? Who? What is your reaction?
I kind of like it because
I can't tell.
I kind of like it because it's so like it's just like, but I want him before he does it to be like ninjas disappear, and then they all come around.
So,
which is essentially what he did.
Yes. So my initial reaction when I saw it was putties from Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So wait, weren't we talking about Rita Repulsa last week?
That's about, we sure were. Yes.
Maybe Seth Rollins
has business
Rita
dealings
Repulsa.
with. Yeah. maybe he is.
So yeah, so that's what I had originally. But you say that, and I had a similar thought, which it's Johnny Karate. Andy Dwyer's ninjas.
Yes.
Assemble. Like, attack.
Yes. That's
Bro.
I kind of like it. I kind of like the idea of him just like, I can disappear into what I don't know. It's fun. To me, it's fun and it's different. Like, I don't think that this is the direction that they were gonna go with it, and I think like it's just what they decided to do, and it kind of it's like Ra's al Ghul. That's what it's kind of like. It's like Ra's al Ghul in Batman Begins. Like that's kind of like a silly version of that almost.
Like a
is
shadow
how it
person
feels.
who could,
yes, he's in like and he can appear and disappear. It's his swarm of hooded vagrants or whatever that he can disappear into, and it was kind of fun because like you lost him pretty quickly when they started moving around. True. And so I did think that was kind of a fun thing that they did.
Do you think that'll be like, was that a one-off for the pop for the to get people talking?
Oh no, I think I think it's a thing now. I think it's a thing.
If you're gonna do that, like if you're gonna commit, can you imagine a WrestleMania level entrance of just like get 100 extras like filling down every like walkway, filling the ringside?
Yeah, that would be.
They all just quit, and then they incredible. They hoist him into the ring or something.
Yeah. Yes, that would be incredible. And then he can roll out during the match and throw his hood up and disappear back into all of them again and pop out somewhere else. It's like a crazy boss battle you'd have to do.
Yeah.
That would be a lot of fun. Yeah.
And presumably if he does end up, we'll talk about it as we get down the line and it becomes more sure. It feels like it might be, in my brain, Seth and Brock with all the Vision stuff being thrown into a wood chipper. I'm kind of guessing they're going to call in that favor as a way to kind of get some kind of main event out of this. But that's a lot of potential bodies for Brock to just throw around. If you want, like, you know what I mean? Just like set pieces.
Starts suplexing everybody.
Like 60 different guys. And then Seth just like hits him in the nuts.
And then he just gets tired. He gets tired out.
And he just bent over and gets stopped.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Yeah.
Too hard.
Yeah.
God, that would be good. But yeah, that was funny. If you haven't seen it, it's all over social media. Go check it out. And finally, before we dive into the meat, we haven't seen it on AEW, but I mean, we are kind of getting the Mercedes Crash Out tour continuing. She lost one of her CMLL title as well as an indie title in Italy, I believe. So we're not, I guess that just really quick. Are you happy this is continuing? Do you wish we'd see this more on AEW programming? At least maybe highlights from it.
More. Give me more. That's what I want. I want to see more of it on I mean, like, if also that was kind of the point of like to help, cast some light on these lesser known promotions. Have somebody on and have her lose there. I mean, it just makes sense. Like, have her lose on the show at least one time. But no, keep losing them. Keep going.
100%. I would
Keep losing the titles.
at the
Keep
very
going.
least,
And have this crash out.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
100%. At least if she's doing these and she's not at TV, have her like show a highlight of her losing, and then have her on her phone just tape a reaction at the indie show she's at, just like just freaking out or whatever, yelling, screaming, and just to keep us kind of updated on your weekly TV show. That's what I would like.
Right. Yeah, I agree 100%. Like, why isn't she like, there needs to be more attention to it. As much attention as they gave her for having all these belts, the reaction to her losing needs to be equally as prominent.
Very, very
so.
Much so.
Yeah, that's what I want to see more of.
100%. Well, with that, let's take that. Well, speaking of AEW, let's jump right into AEW and what's going on. We are heading into AEW Revolution.
La Revolution.
Weekend. That's right. Have you guys heard any more? Are you guys going?
Yes, we're going.
Nice.
Not as media, but we're going.
Okay. Fair enough. We'll get there. You guys hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit all the dang things. And help us get media passes.
That's right.
Give you all the inside dirt.
We can't even get them to TNA.
No. I can't even get them to TNA. I'd be there. I can't even do the cool stuff, cool media stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so one thing I will say this week, heading into one of the bigger pay-per-views, it felt a little flat. And we'll get more into especially the big one, the Hangman MJF. But I do want to start with, there was a big kind of update on a character, and that was Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa, excuse me. Ciampa, right? It's Ciampa?
Yes, Ciampa.
I believe he said it's Ciampa, and then it's been misappropriated. Apologies. Yeah. So he had I guess you'd call it a heel turn on Mark Briscoe. It felt like he came in kind of like a heel and then kind of went babyface and then kind of went heel again in the span of 3 weeks.
Right.
So this felt a little strange to me. I'm here for it. I love Ciampa as a heel, but the move and the timing felt just a little zigzaggy. How did you feel about it?
I kind of agree with it. I mean, he's just better as a heel. And so it felt odd to sure, have him come in, get a good pop. And he was going to get a good pop no matter what. Because everybody likes the guy. Everybody loves watching him perform. Everybody loves hearing him on the mic. Everybody wants him on their screen. He was going to get a pop when he came in. It was odd, but yeah, I kind of agree. It was odd to do this weird, nebulous. Is he a heel? Is he a face? Is he a tweener? Is he what is he? Only to do this big, I say big reveal of him. First of all, I mean, has no one watched tape on him? You don't turn your back on Ciampa when you're next to a video board. You just don't do it, especially at the top of the ramp. What are we doing? What are we doing, Briscoe? Use your head for something other than target practice. Think for a second.
He don't put his arm around you for no reason.
Yeah, no, I mean, it felt like it was kind of, I was kind of relieved a little bit to be okay, finally, this is the direction we're going. Good. Let's just do it and run with it.
Yeah.
It was odd to do this whole, I just beat you for your championship and then I lost it to Fletcher, but we're cool, bro. That's not Ciampa. Come on. No, this is the psycho killer, for God's sakes. You don't call someone a psycho killer and anticipate them being a chill dude.
Yeah, buddies with the local resident.
Right. So it's kind of it was kind of an odd, it was kind of an odd debut, like first few weeks, like you said, where it's like comes in, wins a title. It seems like he's a face, but then it seems like he's not. And then like, I don't know. Now they've figured out what they want, what they're going to do with Ciampa, or
Yeah.
now this is, I don't know, but whatever. We've done it. Let's run with it and see what happens. But yeah, it did take longer than it really should have to be like, no surprise, Ciampa's not the good guy you all for some reason thought he was.
It confounds me that because he debuted.
It's not like Hogan coming in from WWF, and then being like the third man. It's not how they presented it, but it was almost like the vibe that they gave it in a way. It was very strange. But I'm just glad that we've dropped the pretense and he's a heel now.
Yes, for sure. It's wild that because he came in and like he got a babyface pop at the time, but like he was also walking up to challenge Mark Briscoe at the time, right? For that TNT title. And so like you could reasonably assume like, oh, he's coming in, he's going to kind of heel on Mark Briscoe. He took the title from him in kind of straight up fashion, but he beat the babyface. So like you could have already immediately rolled right into this heel run. But so it was a weird thing to have like the sign of respect, and then he's kind of a good guy, and then he immediately loses it to Fletcher, and it was like, was that the transfer of like power you wanted? Like,
I know it was it was very
had
odd.
kept it on Ciampa, or like if you needed Fletcher to have it, even though he was about to win the trios titles in a week or two anyway.
Right?
Could Fletcher not have just beaten Briscoe and then had Ciampa debut a different? I don't know. It felt like there was a lot of wait, shoot, nope, yep, okay, this is the way we want it, as opposed to a definitive vision.
Right, which is odd. Like I said, like, I mean, Ciampa as a singles competitor he's pretty much always been a heel.
Yeah.
He's been a likable heel, but I mean, sometimes, but I mean, so that's what was so strange, like to come in and like, are you trying to swerve the audience into thinking like, oh, maybe he'll be different here, maybe, but that's not the Ciampa people want to see. So it was kind of an odd choice, but I'm glad now that we've just pulled the trigger on it and been like, no, he's an asshole again. Great, good, let's run with it. Let's see what happens. It's awesome. I rubber stamp it.
Yeah. So as long as there's a consistent vision from here on out, let the Psycho Killer be the Psycho Killer. Let these two, they don't need a title. Let Mark Briscoe and Ciampa tear each other apart in a hardcore match of some kind. Like, I know AEW does a lot of them, but these two are made for some kind of grudge feud like that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Be perfect. And that'll Ciampa, Mark will put him over big time. And they could even probably do a couple of matches out of it. But again, we're heading into Revolution, so bunch of title matches. We're not going to do an individual match prediction breakdown thing. You guys can watch 18 other channels about that. This one, the big match going into Revolution. We've talked about it before. Hangman versus MJF. We're back here again. The stipulation has been laid out. Hangman has put his opportunity to ever challenge for the AEW World Title ever again on the line versus MJF in a Texas death match, which is Hangman's specialty match.
This picture of them looks like they're both trying to find out who in the room farted.
100%. And they're both looking in different directions. And
yes, they're both. Who was it?
They need to update it. So,
and it was one of them.
Page doesn't have that trios title.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So this week felt a little flat going into such a big stipulation, big stakes match. How do you feel about it?
I kind of agree. It felt like the focus was on the trios titles more than it was Hangman, which may be the point a little bit of like, oh, he's had a loss. How is he going to cope with a loss, is it gonna make him more focused, or is it gonna distract him from from the task at hand? Yeah, we just like it, yeah, it feels like we got all the build like out of the way already, and now we've
Yes.
just been waiting. Now it's just like, all right, well, we'll just see. I mean, we'll see what happens tonight as
Right.
this is released. We'll see what happens tonight, but like I can't imagine it'll be much other than some kind of exchanging of words. But that's about it. But yeah, it felt like the focus was more on Jet Set Rodeo than it
Sure.
was Hangman
And
and MJF.
and I'll give him credit. I mean, they had the MJF Kevin Knight match, so that's Page's tag partner. So okay,
Right.
they're tying it in there. And then in the trios title match where they lost, it was
Mhm.
MJF laying out Hangman. But I guess
Mhm.
that's kind of what I mean though, is like you had this build up, like we said, boom, the back and the forth and the I don't want to, I don't want to defend the title and let's flip the coin flip promo was great.
Was
And
perfect,
then
yeah.
Hangman taking the big leap and saying like, I will put challenging for the title ever again. That's a huge step up.
Right.
It's like, whoa. And then this week felt just like any other pay-per-view. Oh,
Mhm.
the heel comes out and he attacks the babyface during a
Yep.
match.
Yep.
Oh, and there's like a promo and like, oh, like it just felt like a 101, which would be fine for any
Yeah, it
other match
felt yeah.
if Hangman didn't put this giant stipulation on it and then also turned it into a Texas death match. Like you said, I'm hoping they have a big, like I almost wish
I'm guessing they
I
think that that's an exclamation point enough. You know what I mean? Where it's like,
sure.
how are you gonna build up even more this guy who could possibly never challenge for the title again, and they're doing a Texas death match? Like, that's a lot. And I guess they figured like, oh, we really backloaded this thing, so why don't we just take it easy and coast until the big third act battle happens? But like, yeah, it did feel a little, except for that, it's felt a little run of the mill
Yeah.
as far as any other rivalry or storyline or anything goes. It's not to say it hasn't been entertaining, and it's not to
Yeah.
say that I'm not anticipating the match or excited for that. I don't, I want to get that straight. That's not the case at all. Um, it just feels like there's this weird quiet before the storm.
Yes.
Um,
I agree.
and I don't I don't know. I again, we're gonna have to let's see what happens tonight. Maybe there's something in store for tonight that's gonna, but like, yeah, how do you raise the stakes on a match more than it's already raised? Yeah, it feels like a little like they shot their wad a little early on that. But
Some like in my book, I feel like, and I get wanting to make the stipulation, both the Hangman one and the Texas Death Match one.
mhm,
You want maybe that a few weeks out to sell some more tickets,
sure.
get advertising, a thing like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But part of me wishes they could have almost flip flopped the last 2 weeks and had like they're going back and forth a little. They have this exchange around the trios titles. He costs
Mhm.
Hangman the trios title, blah, blah, blah. Some promo. See what I can do. I can make your life a living hell. Are you sure you want to challenge me? You
Right.
really have Hangman on the back foot. Like, what do I got to do to get kind of in a confident position again, in a powerful position again? Um, and then this week, the week of the pay-per-view, I think you
Mhm.
could have almost done, I don't know whether it was the coin flip or the whatever of like the stipulation of like, fine, I will put this on, I will put this on the line. I'll never challenge again. And then fine, if you give me my a stipulation or whatever,
Right.
easiest bet of my life, sure thing.
Yep.
Texas death match, and we end on, oh shoot, this just went up from a 7 to a 10
Right.
kind of thing. I know that's late in advertising a main event, but
Mhm.
like that'd be a hell of a cliffhanger to end on. Like, oh,
It would
shoot.
be, yeah, or yeah. One of those needed to be revealed a little later, I think.
Yeah, that maybe that's it too. You could have done like the title challenge stipulation the week before, and then Texas Death this week, or vice
Right,
versa, maybe.
right, yeah,
Leave something to really make people go, oh, and oh, and oh.
right,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. I agree with that. And it also didn't it feel like I don't know. It felt like a little quick for Jet Set Rodeo to lose their trios titles too. Like it felt like that was very short lived
yeah.
compared to some other championship runs we've seen, especially with the trios titles. And it's not like the Don Callis family needs it. And also, like, are they just? I mean, because they don't do. They've purposefully, I'm pretty sure, avoided doing Freebird rules in
Yeah.
AEW. So you just got like two people on your on your team with like multiple titles. Like, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
It felt a little unnecessary unless the purpose is all to build more stakes for a Death Riders Don Callis family. Big like we're putting all the titles on the line. Or so, I don't know, but
Yeah.
like
That it feels, it's either, I feel like it's either that or like, it's, it's wild because like, I feel like we've all been like, forgive my term though. I feel like we all been edging this like Takeshita Okada. I remember us talking about it in like November heading into the C2 and everything
yeah,
like that. And like there's been, which I like, but it's very minimal for it. So I don't know if they're trying to just ride out, to your point, like this Death Riders Don Callis faction feud
hmm
first, and then because like we talked about it a little bit last week. Like, I mean, if you have the Don Callis with Okada and Fletcher and stuff, they each have their own titles, and now they have the trios titles. Is Takeshita going to feel like the redheaded stepchild, and is it going to cause more division?
hmm
Um, here, whoa.
okay,
Here's a thought.
okay,
This could be a fantasy booking thought. I'll let
okay.
the edit decide. Da da da. Um, something I don't think we've talked about yet. Could we see, because this is a faction feud so far?
hmm
Why not? If we're kind of slowly getting to like Takeshita and Okada, which I still think we'll get, maybe All
hmm
In, which is still months away. Um, does Takeshita join the now babyface Death Riders?
Ooh,
Maybe him
that's
and
a good
Mox have
question.
an awesome match, big respect
Yeah,
afterward because Mox is a babyface now, and
yeah,
like invites him into the Death Riders, and like they clash with Takeshita together, and then off of that you piggyback into maybe a solo feud against Fletcher or Okada or something.
yeah. Does he? Oh man, yeah. I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
But he's got
right.
that match. But he's got that match with you. Like, what do you think he? What is he in? Like, invite him after his because he has a match with Mox
With
at
Mox, yeah.
Revolution. Yeah. So you
So
what
like
you think? Like, you think Mox loses or wins and is like and invites him in because I could see him like, we went over the 30 minutes. You almost got me. What are you doing with a group like that? Because that
that's
would be
right.
an
It is a
interesting.
time limit, right?
No, there's no time limit. They
Oh,
they did
okay,
that on
damn.
purpose because the last one was the 30-minute draw. So this time
Yeah.
he was like, it's no time limit. We're gonna see who's the best. And so I think that could be interesting, like if that because clearly this has all been boiling over for the two of them to fight anyway.
Yeah.
And it would kind of make sense if like he was like, "Hey, you want to be in a group that values you and knows who you are and fights and doesn't try any of this, whatever, and is just trying to kick ass. So
Yeah.
why don't you come over and join us?" Like, and then that's what maybe really kicks off the catalyst between the Don Callis family and Death Riders.
Especially,
And then we lead into, and then that's how we get Takeshita and Okada.
Especially because if they are going to lead to anarchy in the arena or whatever showdown they're going to have between the factions, Pac is injured. So they might need another person, just literally logistically.
It'd be interesting.
Would tie in both stories.
It'd be interesting too if Mox was kind of trying to recruit him a little bit, and he wouldn't join. Things get worse between the two groups. It leads to anarchy at the arena. They both get in there. Don Callis family is like, you're underhanded, right? Or not underhanded? Understaffed? Sure. Anyway, you're understaffed. You need
like a Wendy's on a Saturday afternoon and somebody calls out sick.
Exactly. Man. You're understaffed for this anarchy in arena. We're going to kick the shit out of you. And right when it starts, Takeshita attacks Okada or attacks someone else in the Don Callis family and immediately switches allegiances as the match starts. Like something that would be really cool.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of fun ways that you could go with. I like the idea. I like that idea. I like that idea a lot of Mox luring him over into the Death Riders. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Or even if it's not like an official joining them, like aligning with them temporarily to fight.
Yes, the enemy of my enemy. Yeah.
Yep. That could be really, really cool.
Uh-huh.
Well, we will see what happens. And both, I always get this wrong. There we go. Jake and GB will be at Revolution. They'll get
that's right. Yeah.
They will get the
follow us on Instagram. We'll try to post some stories and stuff while we're there.
And if follow them, Jake G Bennett, Golden Boy FT Dubs, and also join our Discord. I'm sure some of it will be shared. Some of the thoughts and videos and content will be shared there as well. It's the most easy and intimate way to connect with all of us. But
it's not the most intimate way.
Well,
but it is.
We save that for the private room down at the bottom of the Discord.
That's for when we start up.
That's the OnlyFans.
Some paid memberships. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But so for right now, we're gonna we'll keep an eye on that, but we're gonna turn a little bit, not too much attention to my neck of the wrestling world, the total nonstop action wrestling. We were live, as I mentioned before, we were live in Atlanta, Georgia last week, as well as taping a few episodes after that. But the big thing out of our live episode came, there was a great match with Nick Nemeth and Leon Slater. There was a Knockouts title match, bunch of people vying for the Knockouts titles. But the big thing as far as stories moving forward, characters moving forward, the main character of TNA the last couple of weeks, the dastardly Steve Maclin, who after
bastardly,
after giving a sucker punch to Tom and shoving me on my keister, at the end of the show, Mike Santana comes out, mouths, ripping Maclin apart. You're not a man. You're a coward. All that stuff. Just fired up babyface stuff. Daria Ray comes out and says Maclin's reinstated. Then Santino comes out and says, yes. And now guess what? Mike, you are going to get your hands on him in a world title match at Sacrifice, our next PLE. Before I talk, I just want your initial reactions to the announcement, to the segment, or any thoughts you might have about that.
Okay. First of all, I think I called this. If I recall correctly, I think I called that what I anticipated was that Santana was going to ask to have Maclin reinstated so I can officially kick his ass. I can't remember how many episodes ago that was, but I'm almost positive that I had a feeling that was going to happen. Now, I think storyline wise, it's, I don't want to say it's odd, but it is a little unexpected because the two of you made the point correctly of like, like, what happened if we don't negotiate with terrorists? like,
Yeah.
like what we've just given this man everything so that's all it takes. That's all it takes is for you to come in and put your hands on a fellow employee who is not a competitor, not a wrestler, not a competitor. Yeah. Like Tom Hannafin should be hit for a lot of things. His Penn State fandom, he's an Eagles fan. So there are plenty of reasons to want to punch Tom Hannafin. But him calling you out because you've been an asshole lately is not one of them.
True.
Especially when you claim to be as close to him as you are. Yeah, I'm surprised. I don't know who I'm more surprised by. I guess I'm more surprised by Santino being like, nope, it's going to be, we're going to give him a world title match and it's going to be at Sacrifice. And like, again, what he was just fired. He was just fired. He lost the match fair and square. And I don't know. It feels like there's a step we're missing.
So I'm on the same page as you. And like, this is where I know. And as you guys always say, I'm too close. I can't, but I do have my critiques of sometimes the things I see. And I will give, I'm going to give begrudgingly credit to Tom, who at the end of the show, because they came to us for that on camera at the end of the show, we had zero direction. Literally in the format, it was just like, hey, go to the desk for a reaction because they know, Tom had played a role in this whole thing. And it was literally, react to the announcement. And so good on Tom, because it did feel a little off, and I'll get into why. And so Tom did a great job of being like, what are we doing?
Yes.
Why? You're giving him everything he wanted for the worst behavior possible. Like, you're rewarding this son of a bitch.
Yes.
Why? And so here's where I can go. Like, I understand the story of.
I guess I get it from Daria. I guess I do.
Here's you talk about missing a step, and I think this is where it should have been. Because I can follow. We've seen this before. The guy's doesn't work here, but the babyface wants him so badly. Hire him at least one night. Let me kick his ass. I can follow that. So blinded by wanting to beat somebody up, right?
Yep.
That'll track. With the authority figures, you had an easy out, especially because we have two conflicting authority figures, one a heel and one a babyface.
Right.
And initially, the funny thing is, and this is where I think there's been a little discombobulation.
He should have had a match to earn his employment back, at least.
That could have been done too, That's true. That would have been possible as well.
Like, hey, Maclin, we'll give you a tryout.
Try it before the show. You can try out in front of the boys. You work with a local.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like the extras. That'd be great. But so like timeline of events. Maclin gets the briefcase. It's revealed he gets fired. He comes back the next week backstage. That's where Santino says, oh, like, he was a babyface at the time. Oh, I'm just giving him a chance to say goodbye to his friends, kind of just say his whatnots and leave peacefully.
Yeah.
And Daria is upset. She's like, what the hell is he doing here? We fired that dude. Sucks to suck. Whatever. Like, get him out of here. And so, but then that's when Maclin flips his lid on Mike right before he leaves. What the hell? So now Santino should be, screw this guy. I gave him a shot to say goodbye, leave peacefully, and he threw that in the garbage. So now I don't mess with him. And I can live with the world where Daria goes, oh, well, this is a great main event. This is a moneymaker, right? Oh, like the disgruntled Mac. Yeah, let's bring him back. So, all right, they can switch sides. So I was almost like, I wish it would have been reversed. I wish Santino would have come out and been like, Mike, I know you want your hands on him. So you know what? For one night only, one-on-one, you and Maclin sacrifice. And I hope you beat the hell out of him. And Tom claps and goes, like, yeah, hell yeah. And I clap too. And then Daria comes out and is like, whoa. That's not appropriate for our event. It needs to be elevated. Right. And in order, like, I want to make this a world title match. That'll put butts in seats. And we go, no. And in order to get Steve to agree, I talked to him. And in order to get him to agree to that, I had to offer Steve a new contract, which I did because the board gave me blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And then you have that conflict between your authority figures continuing. You have like this plausible, you tried to keep Maclin as much at bay while still punishing him. I think that was the step we missed. But instead, it felt like Steve assaulted somebody. Mike said, yeah, let him back. I want to fight him. Santino said, okay, let's do that. And Darius said, yeah, let's give him a title. Like, it just felt.
Or
there weren't
Maclin kidnaps Santino. And Santino gives him the match to be released. And now Daria's mad. Like, I don't know. Like, or even, like, you could have done. I like the idea of doing. He gets a match to get his employment back, and what could have been interesting is Santana interfering in the match to help Maclin win, so he could be reinstated, so I can fight him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it feels like we skipped over a step.
Little
like
bit,
there's
right?
like there's one little something that's like, if that had, like, if we had that in there, then everything would have clicked into place. And I'm not saying it won't be. I mean, like, we all knew that this is the direction it was going to go. But how we got there was a little odd, because like it was odd to me that both Daria and Santino were on the same page.
Yeah, it felt very weird in the moment.
That alone was unsettling. It didn't make any sense really for me. But okay, gets us the match. But yeah, just like storyline. Yeah, that's a great point from Scan. It felt like AEW needed one less week and TNA needed one more.
Sure. Well, to be fair, we have three more
there are
weeks.
So there's still
Sacrifice.
3 more. Yeah. So there is some more time. Yeah. But yeah, to even be, I don't know. There's so many different. Even if the match with Santana was to get his job back, or I don't know, like you could have done it like Seth at that WrestleMania where he didn't know he was fighting and then Cody walks out. Like, it could have been,
Yeah.
Santana comes out after what we all thought was the main event, and he's like, no, this show's not done. Maclin, I know your ass is here. Get out here right now. And Santana drags a referee in this ring to it's like, all right, well, they're here. We may as well, let's have this match. I don't know, something, but there's one small step that we missed, but I'm still interested to see what happens over the course of the next 3 weeks. Like, that's not a question.
And on that note, I do, without spoiling, without giving away, I do encourage people, if you aren't already, tune into TNA. Yes, I'm going to plug AMC Plus, TNA Plus, Sportsnet 360 in Canada, all that stuff. But this week in particular, You
And we
will
do have a
see-
Canadian who watches the show. We found out a couple of weeks ago. Yeah,
That's right.
We got a Canuck in the audience.
But check it out because I believe it's this week coming up, possibly next. I do believe it's this week though. They do give Maclin has a promo segment addressing a number of things. It's really
good
strong
because he still has a lot of things. He's got a lot of things to answer for, and he's got a lot of explanations still that are just been hanging out in the wind that we need resolved. So I'm glad that he's getting that moment to
and it's a good segment. It explains a lot. It's so I encourage you all to check it out. But with that out of the way, we roll on to WWE. And this week, I think they actually had a lot kind of going on. The big news of the week, we kind of, I don't know if we called it last week. I think a number of us maybe, we thought there was going to be more chicanery in the SmackDown main event that saw. I have a cat underneath me. I didn't even know he was there. Holy crap. I have so many of these things lying around. I know.
That's how it goes.
I didn't mean to step on you, buddy. But Cody Rhodes is once again the WWE undisputed heavyweight champion of the WWE Universe World title holder, whatever the name of that championship is these days.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty wild, but a straight up match. And so that gives us the on paper, new main event of WrestleMania, Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. So again, just initial responses and reactions to kind of that development, and how you feel about that?
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't like. I mean, it just felt unnecessary a little bit. Like it just, I don't know. I don't think we had to. If the object was to have. If the object was to do a fatal four-way, which I think we still feel like it's probably headed that direction of
Really,
or at least a triple threat. You don't think so? You think you think it's a straight up. You think it's Orton.
I do.
And Cody, and that's the end of it.
I do.
I don't know how I feel about that. Then I don't think I like that. To be honest, like why can't Drew have nice things? Like, I don't know.
Bad guy.
I get it, but so was Roman for 5 years, and they gave him everything. Like, I don't know. I just, man, it feels like we're approaching LOL Cody wins territory a little bit. And I don't know. Like Cody to me is already one of those guys like Randy who I don't think needs a title to elevate whatever storyline or match he's in.
Sure.
But he is like he's still massively over with the crowds. I mean, the crowds are still singing his song, they're still doing the woes, they're still like he's so I don't know, but it just I don't know. I don't know. I get you. So it just feels so odd.
It does a little bit, and I think my biggest complaint is similar to what we just talked about with TNA. I feel like there's a little bit of a misstep in like we rewarded the guy who lost
Elimination Chamber,
didn't win the Rumble. The whole thing when he won it was I put in the contract, no rematch, and like you have to go through some official capacity, which was the big ones being the Rumble and the Chamber, or if not that, at least you would think like a number one contender match or tournament or whatever sanctioned by Nick Aldis, blah blah blah. Right. But instead, and I get it, Drew messed with Cody. He interfered, blah, blah, blah. So as punishment, we're throwing that out. I can kind of track it, but it still feels a little bit like didn't win that. Because of a little chicanery, screw it. We'll just give you another title match. So like I thought what it was okay, not perfect though. But that
It just
said,
feeds into what Drew's been saying. Like to me,
yeah,
like of Cody's just been handed all these opportunities and like he hasn't had to work for it like Drew has, and like it just
yeah, there's
I mean,
realism there.
yeah, yeah, it feeds into everything Drew's been saying. That's why I'm like, there's no way it's just done. Like I refuse to believe that it's just done. That he's going to be like, shucks, Cody got the best of me. Like I don't see Drew McIntyre of all people doing that. You
Yeah.
know, that's why I'm like, I don't think it's over. And it would be odd. It would be odd to me for it just to disappear, like for this whole rivalry and this whole, I don't know. It just feels so. I don't know. I can't explain.
It
It
feels a
feels
little
like
like
it feels like an odd
half-baked
decision to me.
kind of
Yeah,
thing where it's like, wait,
it's this weird half measure that they've chosen between. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah. Because so I will
Unless
say
we're gonna
this,
hot potato the title a little bit.
maybe,
I don't
which
know.
I don't necessarily think so though. Because that said, I will say Cody Randy is an intriguing matchup.
Sure, because of everything that happened before,
Yes,
and was going
all their
on while
history.
Kevin Owens was hurt, because it seemed like it was going to go. And he said multiple times, Randy said, you know, when I get my chance, I'm coming for that title.
Yep.
And so there is storyline there.
And
There's,
I mean, this goes all the way back to Legacy.
mhm.
You know what I mean? The faction days. You
Yeah,
know
good
what I
point.
mean?
Yeah.
So like I think the story there could be really good. I mean, the story with Drew one-on-one again could have been good too.
Hmm.
But Cody Randy is fresh.
Yeah.
Um that said, and then you have to imagine we're gonna get Drew Jacob separately instead of in the same match. Drew Jacob, some kind of grudge match. Maybe it'll be a
Hmm.
street fight or whatever. Even though it feels like, didn't they just do a Drew street fight last year with Priest at Mania?
Yep.
So that's
Yep. I
going to be
think
Drew
so.
McIntyre's bit is like to be almost in the main event, but then just feud with another guy to a grudge match.
That's his
Um,
Texas Death Match. Is
yeah, the
yeah.
WrestleMania street fight.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, so that, but again, and that'll be good too because you know this history with Jacob is pissed at Drew, thinks he took him out, blah blah. It's pretty typical. The one thing I'll say for Cody Randy, again, a lot of history, so the next month they could really dive into that. And two, I know we've said it umpteen times, but it feels like this would more than anything else would be the moment potentially, especially given some of the Sammy stuff. I don't know. He is one of the most confounding people. I don't know where he fits in this wrestling picture heading into Mania because he's like interacting with all these people who have like lock set feuds already.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's having these backstages with Cody where he's getting mad. He's the backstage with Randy where Randy seems like he's like, hey, basically turn to your dark side. He's yelling at Jacob Fatu. You know what I mean? Like, but
Mm-hmm.
I can't see what direction he's gonna go in. But anyway, Cody, if there's a place, to turn Cody Rhodes heel, it's by because I don't see Randy winning the title at this point in his career. Maybe, but it feels, especially if Cody just wins it back.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see much intrigue in a handshake straight up. Oh, that was a hell of a match, brother. Kind
Right.
of I don't know. Not that that's bad, but I just don't see that for a big show like Mania. I feel like maybe Randy pushes him to a limit that he needs to cross and he I don't know if that's too similar to Cena last year, but like,
or to Kevin Owens. It was the same thing with KO. I mean, like, remember he basically dropped Kevin Owens on his head on a ladder, and we hadn't seen Kevin Owens since.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I'm just gonna wait these next few weeks and see.
Yeah, very curious
what happens. Because we still got a month. We got a little over a month. 5 weeks.
Yeah, because 17th, 18th, whatever of April. So we have like 4 full weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
be very curious on who does those, where, whys, and whens. But one thing we do know is that the Judgment Day has one less member, as we found out this past week on Monday Night Raw. Not a total Judgment Day explosion like we've predicted 18 times over the last 2 years, but just the kind of obvious Finn stepping out on his own. He's not the only Ciampa, god damn it, wasn't the only one who recreated a black and gold NXT moment. Finn with the turn, takes his jacket off and then hits the kick.
Yep.
Just like he did Adam Cole, or
that's
whoever
right.
It was. Yeah, but ultimately, numbers game, beat down. Goodbye, Finn. How did you feel that this was executed?
I feel like it was done pretty well. I just, like you said last week, I just wish that their inevitable WrestleMania match was for the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I would do differently.
And we talked about this a little bit. Would it move the needle for you or up the ante if that AAA title was on the line? Or does that kind of seem less consequential or just odd?
It seems less, all of the above.
Okay.
It feels a little less consequential.
And here's the thing, like I want to put this out there before anybody gets their, Haynes in an uproar. I'm not saying that the AAA title, it's an incredibly prestigious title.
Oh, sure.
But it's the idea that I think it has not been defended in like WWE a long time. So neither one of these guys has a super long-term attachment to it at this point.
Right.
The title is incredible and has an incredible history, but like at least the Intercontinental titles, like both Finn and Dom have been here in WWE fighting for titles for 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 years for Finn, right?
And so within WWE, it has more pedigree. Within WWE.
Yeah, they have more of an attachment to those titles, whereas this title has kind of newly integrated into WWE programming. So that's right. All I mean. And so it feels like it might be.
And that's what I mean too. like I don't think that's going to get the same reaction as if it were the IC title.
Sure.
That might end up being what they do, just so Finn has something else to take away from Dom. But yeah, I don't know, but I like it. Like, all this makes sense. I thought it was a good segment. I thought Liv waited a little too long to stop Finn, because he did his little little finger guns right in front of her as he was going to go in there, but then JD hopped in. JD's face throughout this entire, and you can even see it there, but when JD's face throughout this entire,
a lot of great expression.
He had so many, specifically when he calls him what did he call him? Like,
oh God,
I don't know. He called him when he called him a prick. His face when he called him a prick. Why are we bleeping prick?
I don't know either. That's weird.
Yeah, they bleeped prick. Which,
I mean, it's Netflix. You think you could say whatever the hell you want,
right?
But
it just
sponsors. I don't know. Whatever.
That face right there. Yeah. That's the. Yeah, he looks like the little enemies in Mario that shoot the eggs.
Oh God, yeah.
In Mario 2. That's what that face looks like right there. But
100%.
man, this has been a long time coming. I just want to see where this goes because, like you said, it wasn't the total implosion of Judgment Day, but Judgment Day seems to be like a Hydra. Like once you cut off one head, another one
grows. Yeah.
So I wonder if that happens, if they grow their numbers in any capacity. Because I mean, I guess Roxanne, she's injured right now.
Yeah.
And so she'll eventually come back. So are we going to add somebody new? Like, could we see what would be funny to me is like R-Truth tries to come back and get into Judgment Day, and then maybe he tries to bring in Danhausen to Judgment Day or something like that. That would be a fun thing to do. I don't know, like another person that I'm just trying to think of another person that they could maybe bring in to join the group.
Though
but
to be fair, I
don't know
mean,
who
like
that
there's
would be.
still as it stands, even there's 4 of them. That's not a small group.
Yeah,
That's,
no,
you know what
exactly.
I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So I think they could stand on their own.
But I think like it was kind of finally like we all knew this was coming. It was kind of cathartic to see it finally happen. And now let's see what kind of story we get told from here, what the stakes are going to be at if there's no IC title on the line and there's no AAA title on the line, I'd like to see a stipulation in this match.
Sure.
I don't know what, but I would like to see a stipulation in this match. I think that's the best way to handle. I mean, this is going to be like a grudge match. This has been boiling over for a while. So I feel like it needs something like that to really put it over the top, especially for Mania, because you don't want just like that's the thing that's disappointing about it not having the title involved is I feel like this could be a very good feud and this could be a very good story, but I'm worried it's going to just get lost in the wash at WrestleMania.
Sure.
That's my only issue.
Before we move on, WrestleMania, Finn out here on his own. We've already seen essentially what would we call like black and gold Finn, the music, the hey kind of thing.
Yep.
Do we get a demon at WrestleMania?
Oh boy.
I know Finn's been very like particular. He's like, I don't want to use it like every pay-per-view or something like that.
Right. Yeah. But it's been a while. I mean, we haven't seen it in a long time. But
when was the last time? Somebody will get us in the comments, but was it the Edge
think
feud?
It was
like him and Edge. Didn't they have like a Hell in a Cell or something?
They did.
Or was that Seth? Am I thinking of Seth?
They had a Hell in a Cell here in LA at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
WrestleMania, what was that? 40? Or 39?
No, 39.
39. Yeah. They had that match here. That was when Edge got busted open, right? And they had to stop the match for a little bit to get him fixed up.
That was the demon for sure.
Because the other one, the other one I remember was the match that he had with Roman, where he had that count out. But I think that was before
the Edge one.
I think that was before the Edge match. But yeah, I think it was WrestleMania 39.
Yeah. I think you're right. That's 3 years ago. So,
but at the same time, does Finn need the demon to beat?
No. I guess that would be again,
unless it's about sending a message or some, I don't know, or just reintroducing him. It would be interesting to see Dom walk in there all cocky, all confident, which he'll do, and then the music hits and the demon comes out, like not even hinting that that's what's going to happen, but he just shows up. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
If I would rather it not be teased at all and just happen, because that would be big.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, it's been 3 years. It's been 3 years.
Maybe. But speaking of big, to close off our discussion of WWE and what they're trying to really push is the biggest main event of WrestleMania, the CM Punk Roman Reigns, after the confounding promo they had last week with the burying him next to his father, the aforementioned Sika of the Wild Samoans, touching a nerve, and just weird for us back here. He now had a confrontation with the Usos where they demanded an apology out of him. Ultimately, Jay lays, it was Jay or Jimmy? I think it might have been Jimmy actually. But he apologizes, quote unquote, and gives the classic, I'm sorry your cousin's such a MFer and did this and did that and did that, that kind of thing. And they laid him out. Yeah, did you like this better than last week?
No.
Really? Okay. All right.
I mean,
go on.
Like, Punk is like gaslighting us. Like, that's like a gaslighting apology. Like,
Well,
oh,
yes,
I'm sorry.
that is true.
I'm sorry that you didn't like it. I'm sorry how you took. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's so odd coming from the guy who publicly said the apology should be as loud as the disrespect.
Sure.
For him to like say that about Roman Reigns' father and then to come out and like give a psych apology. Like, it just like, I guess I get what Punk's saying. It just is such a, like, it feels like such an unnecessary addition to the feud. The feud was already going to be big enough. It was already going to be hot enough. Let's not get the fathers involved with this. Like, it's how it feels a little bit.
That's my worry, is that, especially after he said it, like, whether it was us, we didn't like it just wholesale, or like, oh, it was a hot line, you know what I mean? Hot button kind of line. Is somebody back? Are they going to try to write this that way? Of like, oh, is this going to be the rest of the feud? Like, just how personal Punk got, and he's just going to double down, and like, it's just on this weird line. Like, are we going to, I hope it doesn't just, we still have over a month. So like, I'm hoping it's not all that, but you're right. Like, this feels, it was just like doubling down, and maybe they want it, but like
we're positioning
Punk
and Punk's character in a way that seems unnecessary for the feud. I mean,
and it's confounding because like, not everything has to be clean cut. I do agree. Not everything is black and white, baby face, heel, and blah, blah, blah. But like, I'll tell you this, over the last 2 weeks, I don't like CM Punk.
I don't either. And
he's kind of an asshole.
Yes. And that's what's so bizarre to me. Like, is that the point? Is the point to muddy the waters so you're not sure who you want to root for?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's so odd. I mean, like, yeah, Punk had some good points about like, hey, he never came out here and apologized to you. And where was him?
Sure.
Okay. That's all
and
true.
He put the Usos over at the minute started. Like, I love you guys. I respect everything you've done, all this stuff. But yeah, but the psych out apology, to your point, Jake, at the it was like, well, you said all this nice stuff and then you threw it away, you dick.
Right. So what? I just don't.
I'm curious what the
and again, even Jay and Jimmy both were like, this has zero to do with Roman Reigns and everything to do with you disrespecting our uncle.
Yeah.
Like why can't those two things be separate?
Yeah,
they should be.
To your point, it is, Gaz, because you're spinning us onto another subject. Oh,
yes.
Roman didn't apologize to you. We're not talking about him.
We're not talking about Roman. We're talking about you.
Just don't be a jerk. Just apologize for the crappy thing you did last week.
Right.
You and Roman settle your own shit outside of this.
Right. And he's just kind of proving Roman right about the kind of person that he is.
A little bit.
And has shown us to be. It is such a bizarre, and even him coming out like beforehand and being like, oh, well, I thought some people would be upset at me. Wink, wink. What a dick. What a dick.
I know that
Why?
guy. I've met
What
that
is
guy.
the yes?
I don't like that guy.
No. No. I mean, like, it just it flies in the face of everything Punk has been since he's come back.
Yeah.
And
That's true.
It's out of nowhere. Why he wasn't like this with Drew, and he tried, you know what I mean? And he tried to kill him in the Hell in a Cell. He wasn't like this with Seth. Why is he like this with Roman? It seems like this seems like something you do with two people who like have no history, and there's no like real like pulse going on in this storyline. And it's like, hey,
spice it up.
Yeah, let's just start lobbing grenades and see what happens. Like, it's just so
True.
I don't know. It feels like such a 180 from who Punk has been and why. It just kind of is confounding to me. And yeah, I don't know. But I mean, again, like, yeah, Punk made some great points of like, you know, if he cares about these people and this business and this title, then why am I here and he's not? Great point. You're still an asshole, and you're being an asshole to people who have nothing to do with this. Like, of course the Usos are mad. You made a joke about their dead uncle.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they be upset about that? And then, like, you're surprised they come out like mad and want an apology.
Yep.
What? I mean, I don't know.
Very strange.
It's very, very strange. It's very strange. I don't know what this build to WrestleMania is so odd.
It is.
It is so odd. I feel like I'm watching like high school drama play out instead of like real world drama play out. And it's very odd. It
does feel a little disjointed in places.
Yeah. I mean, to me, the best build for any feud right now going into Mania is Stephanie Vaquer and Liv Morgan.
Yeah, that's been pretty consistent.
She had a great promo last night that was pre-recorded. I mean, she's great at those.
Mm-hmm.
But this shit with Punk, I don't know. It feels so bizarre.
Very, very, very.
It's just out of character for how he's been behaving recently.
Yeah, and taking this just what should be a heavyweight feud between two of the biggest names in the company, most influential names in the company, right? Kind of 101 into its weird direction.
Yeah.
And I don't, if their goal is to make you, to your point, to make you kind of like not like either guy, it's a bold move, Cotton. I like conflicted characters. I like, not black and white characters, but it's a unique choice. That is for certain. But on a brighter note, folks, we've come to the finale part of our show, but which is everybody's, I'm going to assume everybody's favorite part, and that is the 24/7 champion of the week. And with that, I've got one. Jake, do you got one? I got a pretty simple wrestling-based one.
You go ahead and go first.
Okay. I'm just going to put this one out there. There's been a young man in the wrestling world who has turned into a internet sensation because of his catchy entrance and the vibe he brings. And we were very fortunate to have him at TNA this past weekend. His Impact premiere will be this week. And that is the Brussels native Ricky Sosa. And if you haven't seen it, look up his entrance on YouTube. Sosa, bang, bang. It is a vibe. He's another one of these 21-year-old kids coming out of Europe, like Leon Slater, like Javon Evans, who are just like phenom. They're so good for their age and above what they should be, and they bring a different kind of energy. So Ricky Sosa, catch his Impact AMC debut for us. I think that was kind of came together last minute. This Thursday, check out his stuff on YouTube. he's really fun. He'll be great to watch. So check him out.
All right. Yeah.
Jake?
Mine, mine could not be more different. Mine could not be
Excellent.
weirder. Look, one of my favorite things in the world is there are few people better at doing promotions than minor league sports teams.
True.
And I am highlighting one. This was announced like a few hours ago before we came on the show, and it is so ridiculous that it must be my 24/7 champion. I sent it to Scan. I don't know if you're able to bring it up at all, Scan, but this week, the Hartford Yard Goats, a baseball team, have introduced what they are calling the anti-hero. And the anti-hero is a concession item that they are going to be introducing for one night only.
Okay.
It is a grilled 2 foot long all beef hot dog that is threaded through 11 powdered donuts. It has a mustard and ketchup drizzle, sweet candied pink and blue sprinkles, all on an artisan Italian loaf bun.
Wait.
And Yard Goats is written out on each donut in some kind of icing or sauce. It is like when you see it, I'll send it to the
what is the name of the item?
The anti-hero. If you at Yard Goats on here, I'll just post it in the writer's room here because it's the damnedest thing.
Oh, like I see it. No, I just found it on their Facebook. Holy God.
Isn't that
it's
thing
like the
crazy?
jankiest but most insane looking thing. It looks like a fourth grader wrote out that like is Yard Goats with
that frosting. That is a Homer Simpson wet dream if I've ever seen one.
Good
that is the
Lord.
crazy, like the crazy ballpark food. Like, there it is. Look at that monstrosity.
That's insane.
And this right here, when we put our collective ingenuity together, this is what America can be.
This is the best of us.
This is the best of us. This is what we should be putting our research money into.
Yeah.
Not endless wars.
Yeah.
But a dozen donuts with a hot dog threaded through the middle.
That's the saddest looking hot dog in the middle, by the way.
How did it really is?
It's like just a grocery store.
It's a limp dog, and that's no good. That's no good for
Yeah, it is.
Like how do you attack that?
One bite
because you can't get one bite at a time. That's exactly right.
Yeah, you can't get a whole donut like sideways. Like,
yes, Stan, this is Hartford, Connecticut, your home state. So you need to go. You need to go there on it's June 9th this year. Get a ticket and go and go eat an anti-hero lettuce and then report back. Oh man. Yes, American ingenuity. That's my 24/7 champion.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Well, folks, who do you think won that? Let's give it to the dog. Let's give it to the dog. That thing is insane.
Yeah.
You have the yard dog, not yard dogs, Yard Goats.
Mm-hmm.
You have outdone yourselves, good folks. So if you live in the Connecticut area, do yourself a freaking favor this year. But if you love that, folks, if you like ridiculous hot dogs, if you like good discussion about the stories and what's going on in the world of wrestling, you already know the deal. Hit the things down below, the like, the subscribe. Please leave a comment. Let us know what you think about what was going on. What is your favorite food you've had at any sporting event?
At a ballpark,
ever?
yes.
That is our question of the week. Any football game, whatever, soccer game, blah, 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 blah. Arena
and also,
food.
I have some. I'm going to put up a poll in the. This is unrelated. I'm going to put up a poll in our Discord, specifically in the Meat Sports channel. Next week begins the NCAA March Madness tournament.
Ah, yeah.
And I'm going to put up a poll, see if anybody in our Discord is interested in doing a rebooked bracket group, like on ESPN or something, where everybody can pick a bracket.
Hell yeah.
And we'll talk about the winners on the show and cover that. I think that might be a fun thing since we covered that a little bit last year. But I'll put up a poll in the Discord, see how people feel about it. If we get a good enough response, we'll do one.
There you go. And then just another reason to join the Discord in addition to all those things.
Winner gets a anti-hero.
I was gonna get some donuts and a hot dog. Hell yeah.
Yep.
We'll mail it to you. We cannot be responsible for what condition it arrives in.
We're gonna encase it in some kind of like lacquer and to keep it preserved, perfectly preserved. And you can put it on your mantle.
But until next time, folks, I'm the Drama King. He's Jake. GB's God knows where. From Scan and the whole crew here, we appreciate you, and we will see you next week. Peace.